Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. A stitch with me today, and we're working on, let's just get this in. This one, it is the Mario, Peaches and all the different characters, Bowser and such from Mario. This one came from vipcrossstitch. Now, it was a stamped kit. It still technically is. It is on the reverse. Now let me explain. I'll just start stitching while I explain. This fabric has been washed, it's either 3 or 4 times now, and it won't come off. It has faded it. If I just flip it over, it's not as bright as it was in the unboxing video, so it has faded just a smidgen, but in 4 times of washing, you'd expect it to have gone the first time. So the second time, I think I soaked it for, no, that was the 3rd time. I soaked it for a good few hours in just general dishwashing liquid, water, not cold, not hot. And it didn't even remove it, so I figured, being as it's faded it, it's faded enough for me to work on the back and it not to show through too much. We'll see as we go along, but yeah, I kind of figured if it's faded it, then I should be able to work on the back. So I've gridded the back of the fabric completely. I photocopied my chart, so I've got one I can draw on and use, so we shall see. But until I get away from these corners, without sewing extra fabric on, I can't use a hoop. And this fabric, considering it's 16 count, and like all the other 11 counts and stuff are really hard, this is quite soft and pliable, so it would work well in a hoop. So if this gets annoying, I might just sew some extra fabric on. See, that's the thing with these some of these charts, you don't get a big enough border, and you can't get that in a hoop. Well, you can, but you can't work on the very corner square, because it's just, sorry guys if I'm too far over there, yeah, if you put it in a hoop, it always ends up cutting off this corner here, so maybe them 3 squares there. So I'll see how we go. Anybody any ideas on how to get rid of the ink? I'm just wondering, not for this kit, because I can't do anything to this kit once I've started it, so, but in case I ever get a future one, because I've got another 16, it's either 16 or 18 count on the way. This one's a 16, I believe. Yes, it is. I'm wondering if the other one that's coming is going to be the same with the ink. Permanent ink. I don't want permanent ink. But just in case, any ideas on how I can get it off? I mean, we thought, like the usual stuff, bleach and stuff, but I don't want to ruin the fabric, if I'm honest. Bleach always scares me around fabric. So I've tried warm water, I've tried cold water, I've tried hot water, and absolutely nothing at this point wants to touch that ink. It just wants to fade it a bit, but I can't leave it soaking for days just to end up coming out with your fabric that's a little bit more faded than it was when it went in. I'd rather the ink was gone, but hey ho, it is what it is. I will do my best to stick at it. Let me just mark this off, and it's not on Pattern Keeper, so because it's printed, obviously. I could, if I absolutely wanted to, spend the time using something like Floss Cross and doing my own chart from start and copying it, but that would take ages. And even then, you haven't always got symbols that are compatible with Pattern Keeper, you know. Ouch. Leave. Anyway, I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on, because it's a very personal opinion, what you think about spirits, ghosts. Do you believe in them? Don't you? If you do, why? If you don't, why? I can't say I've ever personally seen one, but I do believe, you know, that there are such things, and you know, there is an end to life when you pass away. There is something, you know, afterwards. I may have mentioned this before. You know, my channel's been going a while now, so I can never remember everything I've talked about. But when we first moved into this house, oh gosh, it'll be 14 years this year we moved in. Ellie was 10 months when we moved in, but she was like 3, I think, when this incident happened, because she was fully talking, so I'm going to say around 3. She would come into my room, and she'd go round one side of the bed or the other, I'm not sure which, and then I'd say, right, you have to come round here, or you have to go round there, because maybe she'd gone to her dad and he hadn't woke up, but I had. I'd say, you have to come round here. She said, I can't. I said, why? She says, the dog. We've never owned a dog. So I said, Ellie, there's no dog. She says, yes, there is, it's there. Now, people say, don't they, that young kids can't differentiate between real and not, and ghost or whatever. But she was adamant that there was this dog sat at the bottom of our bed. She said it a few times. It wasn't just a one-time, you know, thing. She actually said it a few times. Now, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think she remembers ever saying it, but yeah, a number of nights. I think it actually made her cry one night. So we happened to ask the neighbours who live next door, because they've been here since their kids were little, and I mean they're in their 70s now. And she says, well, that's funny, because not the people who lived here before us, because they were only here temporarily. There was an elderly couple before them, and they owned a dog. And from what I recall, the dog passed away, and the couple was still here. She said, but the funny thing there is, the dog was never allowed upstairs. And it just seemed ironic that, you know, if he was still around, he was going upstairs and sitting at the bottom of my bed. Not like on the bed, you know, like just at the foot of the bed. Just standing there. She said he did have a dog. And then, like, as she's got older, she's not seen anything else. There's been an occasion where, I mean, I suppose it could have been one of the kids talking in their sleep, but it actually sounded like it was right outside my bedroom door, because my bed was right behind my bedroom door at the time. It has since moved, but and I heard Mum right outside the bedroom door. So I've said, yeah, you know, just to sort of let them know I'm awake and I'm listening. And I got no answer, so I got out of bed. I went in Tyler's room because there was no one on the landing. He was flat out. Went in Ellie and Riley's room. They were flat out. So it could be that someone was talking in their sleep because Tyler's room is kind of right next to mine. It's another 10. Oh, I meant to say as well, my eye's better. It did puff up for a couple of days and I kind of developed like a little lump just underneath my eyebrow. That has since gone down. It is still there, but it's gone down. And then to top off my week, I felt a twinge on Monday. Oh, no. Hold on, guys. That's just reminded me. I felt a twinge on Monday, kind of in my cheekbone, just below my cheekbone. And I thought, oh no, abscess. But I thought, you know, I'll give it a day and see how it goes. And I got up Tuesday and I was like, right, I can't. I just can't. So I went to the dentist. And we're on antibiotics for an abscess. And it's painful. But I'm glad I just talked about it because I forgot to take my antibiotic. So, good job I mentioned it. So, yeah. Fortunately, it hasn't made my face swell, but I'm wondering if one's connected to the other. Because you never know, right? Anyway, back to what we were talking about. My dad... he told us when we were little, I say we were little, I was a baby, I think. They hadn't had Tina yet, I'm certain. My brother was about 3 and I was a baby. And they had an old English sheepdog, which we call the Dulux dog. It's a grey and white, big fluffy furry thing. And they were sitting downstairs. Lee had gone to bed. I was in bed. I mean, and obviously I couldn't get up and walk around, so it wouldn't have been me. But the dog was in the front with my parents, and then footsteps were heard, and the dog looked up at the ceiling. And the dog, with her eyes, followed these footsteps across the ceiling. And when Dad went upstairs, Lee was still in bed, my brother, and I was fast asleep. And that happened several times, apparently. So yeah, I don't disbelieve, but I've never seen anything for myself. Be interesting though. I've been watching a lot of, what about mediums? Do you guys believe in mediums or psychics, or is it tarot cards or something like that? I've been watching a lot of, his name's Tyler Henry, and he's a Hollywood medium. He goes and visits the stars, even like the stars that he doesn't recognise, he still goes. And I think they're the best ones, because if he never knows who he's going to. They don't tell him anything. He just shows up, says hi, and then does his thing. And he is, from what I can tell, really, really good. Some of the stars have sort of said, how the heck did he know that? There's no way he could have known that. He went to this one, I forget what star it was. But he said there's something about 3 girls. She says, yeah, that's me and my 2 sisters. He goes, well, all she keeps saying is my girls, my girls, my girls. And the star he'd gone to see just sort of erupted into tears and said that's what she used to say about us. She used to call us her girls, her girls. And it's just, I think what he does is pretty awesome. It seems authentic. And I love just how it gives people closure too. Because quite often he said to them there was some it depends on the star, because one, he said, for some reason she's telling me there's one that didn't make it before I passed, and she said no, my sister didn't make it. And how he could have known that was just unreal. But like, he gave her closure though, because the mum said, it's okay, I wouldn't have wanted you to see me like that, kind of thing. And it's okay, don't, you know, I'm here with you now. So I just think it must be amazing. Because you get a lot of fraudsters out there as well, so you kind of, you don't want to tell these people too much, or when they hit on something that can be quite vague, you don't want to sort of give them the hint that they're correct or anything. You want them to say the right stuff. So you've got to be careful. Like I said, there are fraudsters, but I do believe in them, the real ones, if there are any. I would love to go and see one. I went with my dad, oh my gosh, just a year or so after my mum died, and we went to see one of these, I don't know if you call them psychics or whatever, but they do like a massive room and you all sit down, and then he'll start calling things out about someone he's got next to him, and if it relates to you, you stand up, and he'll keep going until something pops up that isn't relative to you, so you sit down. And then obviously in the end he's whittled out everyone and got to one person who the message is for. We actually went a few times. Never got anything personal for us, but you know, just watching people's faces. And we used to watch a few programs on telly, but then you find proof videos that they were fake, or yeah, something like that. Right, let's tie this one in. See, it looks weird now. It's all back to front. Oh, now I've had that drink, my abscess is going wild. If I eat or drink anything, it doesn't matter if it's hot, cold, warm, it hurts. So hopefully by tomorrow the antibiotics will have kicked in a bit. I am hoping so, and I'm hoping that keeps it gone. I'm not a big lover of the dentist anyway, but my fear of toothache is greater than my fear of the dentist. So I'd rather suck it up and go to the dentist than leave it be. Abscesses are painful. And I just wish I'd have listened to myself at the beginning and gone sooner, because I wouldn't be so advanced in the abscess right now. That's it. Okay. Can you guys see? Oh, no. It's hard because I'm trying to watch me stitching, but then I have to look up at you guys as well to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Come on, I think I am going to end up sewing some fabric to this. I need a hoop. All my others, because the fabric is stiff, I can work it, it's not a problem, but this one is quite floppy and soft, so it needs a hoop or something. Right, that should be the last one. How many rows have I got left? Oh, nuts. I think my first square I've made too big. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh yeah, I've got another one, that's why. Such a wally. Honestly, confusing myself. Get in there. There used to be a show on telly, Colin something or another. Can't think of his name. But I used to watch him a while ago. And then out came some video saying he was fake or whatever. There's been a couple of programmes like that. We used to have a programme, is it called Most Haunted? Something like that. And that in the end came out that there was videos proving it was fake or it was staged or whatever. Ow, I've just stabbed myself. Oh my goodness, I did that yesterday. I put my hand behind the fabric to grab the needle, but it slipped. And as I went to catch it, it caught between my finger and my palm here, and it went straight into my skin just there. Oh my goodness, that was so painful. Just reflex went to catch the needle as it dropped, and that was it. Anyway, on another note, Ellie's doing pretty well. She's actually managing to walk around the house without her crutch now, as long as she's got the splint on. She feels more comfortable with that, but she is walking around with a slight limp with the splint on. Oh no, I've got a knot. She's actually managing to lift her leg onto a bed now without using her hands. Sometimes. And then I catch her using her hands and I'm like, come on. But yeah, she's doing good. She's got another physio on the 31st. Oh, I can't get this undone now. And then she's got a another appointment next month for the fracture clinic, just so they can do kind of a last check-up on her, make sure everything's going as it should be, because they said her knee should be stronger than it actually is at the moment. But I did say to him the other day, I think part of that is fear. She's scared that just something simple will pop it back out again. So I've just sort of said to her, come on, you need to not be scared of it. I know it's painful and I know she doesn't want it to happen again, but, you know, I'm afraid you've got joints just like I have, honey. Did I get it? No, got some of it. There we go. Knew I'd get it in the end. Tell you what, that little bit of juice has made my face just throb. It is really not nice. I'm going to have to take some more painkillers, I think. It's a good job I have strong painkillers for my arthritis in my back. Without them, honestly. Oh. You know, back at the beginning of the year, I said, that's it for this year, no new starts. I don't want to do any new starts. You know, I kind of want to try and work through and finish some. So in order to do that, no new starts, just to whittle down my projects just a little bit. Well, that went out the window a few days ago. But in my defence, have I really got a defence? Yeah. I got an email, no, not an email. I got a Facebook request to join this group called Maloka Designs. And they were having a stitch along, a mystery stitch along. I don't know what it is, and I won't know until it's sort of near completion. But they're doing a new section every 2 weeks. So it took me a while to make up my mind. I mean, we're on part number 2 already. I think part 3 comes out next week. So it was only, I think, yeah, not yesterday, day before, I actually decided, you know what, go on then, because it looks... I looked at part 1 and part 2 because they were both out, and it intrigued me because of the colours, and I kind of looked at some of their other designs that they've done, that they've designed, and they look awesome. So I had one new start. So I will share that with you on Sunday, now that my face looks better. Although I can't show you a finished picture because I have no idea what it's going to look like. But they refer to most of their patterns as mandalas. Like, there's a rabbit mandala, so it's like a rabbit's face. And a few other animals, I think. But yeah, they invited me and it was a bit, I said no new starts. But it's only one. It's only one. You know, I've got a multitude of patterns I could start. But I haven't. Right, the last one's the same. Ouch. I'm going to let you guys go in a minute. I need to get some painkillers down me. I took some this morning, but that was this morning. You know, we're at 4 o'clock already. Ouch. Come on, thank you. Oh, hey. Come on. Right. Did I miss? Looks like it. Anyway, guys, I would absolutely love to know your thoughts on the spirit world, what you believe or don't believe. That's okay. You know, everyone has their own thoughts. So, thank you for coming along and stitching 100 stitches with me. Not quite 100, we're 6 short, 94 then. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments, any questions down below. other than that, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.